What's going on YouTube? Gateway Moto back with another one. Today I'm going to start the installation on the KST Customs 6-inch riser handlebars. Now this isn't going to be a how-to video. I mean, I'm going to take you along, you know, kind of tell you what I'm doing as I'm doing it in a way. Y'all stay tuned. Hope y'all enjoy. All right, the first thing I did is I took that seat off real quick, 3 bolts to it. If you need to learn how to do that, you can go check out my video of me installing the backrest, or you can, I'm sure there's other videos on how to take the seat off. My next step is I'm taking this off. Now, if you have an Indian that has heated grips or lockable saddlebag, or, you know, push button lockable saddlebags, these are gonna have wires on them, so you need to be extremely careful. I shouldn't have anything holding me up from being able to just slide that right off. All right, guys, so we got that off. It involved a bolt right here and a bolt up there. Now, I said I didn't have any wiring, because I don't have the saddlebags or nothing. That's a cool thing about Indian. They provide it if I want to upgrade to all that. So the wiring is there. I just gotta, you know, buy the rest of it. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start working on the handlebars themselves. I'm gonna take all this off, take all that off, get it all stripped down and ready to go. All right, guys, so basically what I got going on here is I'm starting to take this off right here. This is all my switches and everything. Guys, I want to know, I've never done this before. This is my first time, and basically I'm going off of KST Customs video. I'll put a link to their video down below so y'all can go check them out. They actually are the reason why I'm doing this myself instead of having a shop do it. But basically you have these pins right here, and they only go one way. There's only, you know, you don't have to get caught up in labeling them. They only go one way. So I'm taking these pins out. There is one up here on the clutch that, so when you pop the clutch off, you got to let it kind of softly dangle there until you can get to this point where you've taken your covers off, and then press the detent pins and pull these out. So that's what I'm doing, and then this just slides right off like so. Let me finish this side up, and then we're gonna move on to the other side. All right, so you can see we got that side ready to go. Now we're gonna start on this side. We're gonna take the brake off first. It's not connected to the control panel, so we don't have to worry about any wires. Now, what I will say is we gotta cut this zip tie right here, and we're gonna take this bolt out right here. So let's go ahead and get into it, baby. All right, guys, so this has become quite a bit more invasive than I had hoped. As you can see, front of my fairing is over there. My windshield is right here. Yeah, so basically what I'd done, or what I had anticipated it on, if you go watch KST Customs, if it works out for you guys, great. It did not happen to work out this way for me. But I got this side all taken off. This is your throttle by wire. So I left off with getting that handlebar stripped down and ready to go. So in the video that KST Customs puts out, you didn't have to take the whole fairing out, and you may not have to. Unfortunately for me, it looks like I have to do that in order to get these handlebars off, because according to the video that they put out, now granted, this is a Chieftain. This is a 2019 Chieftain. This is your headlight plug, or not your headlight. This is your wiring harness for your, ooh, I broke that. No, I didn't, it just slid out. So this is your wiring harness right here for your, all right, baby. Out with the old and with the new, the KST Customs. Patchy baggers. Not a sponsor or anything like that. Bought this with my own money. And basically what I got going on here, all right. So I got some weed eater string. I'm gonna try this. If that doesn't work, we'll go with the wire over here. But I think this will work. I got it loosely taped on the end here. You still see the plug. And I'm going to try to feed it through. I'm gonna go ahead and get that going, and we'll go to the other side. Guys, I want to be very clear here. Like I said, I am not professional at this by any means of the word. But as you can see, we got our cables through our bars here. And you can also see the mass amount of failure right here. That is wire tape. Oh, here's some more. So basically, I told you guys I was going to try to just use this. Well, this didn't work, and if you're not familiar, it's weed eater string. So, as in KST Customs deal, they wanted you to use 12 gauge wire. Well, that's exactly what this is. This is 12 gauge wire. So, that's what I used. Now, again, that was a pain in the butt, but I got it done. Now is the reinstallation part of the process, which we got to take this off and put it on these bars. These, ladies and gentlemen, are the stock handlebars. Now, so get them on there. Now, we're not going to want to tighten it up we're gonna tighten up these two bolts right here. We're gonna tighten up 100%, but these two back here, we're not going to, because that's gonna be how we adjust it. So without further ado, let's get this onto there. All right, guys, got the riser on there. Now these are ready to start being put back on the bike, guys. And I gotta say, these bars look so much nicer than the stock bars. So I'm so happy with this. Also, there's no wiring involved that I can foresee yet. The only problem that I've run into that wasn't mentioned on KSD Customs so far is I did have to take the front fairing off, the front part of the fairing off to get to this wiring. But once I did that, it was pretty much straightforward, same as that video. So let's go ahead and start reinstalling. I'm excited, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's been a minute since I've updated y'all. This is temporarily on here. I just need somewhere to put it so I can put the front fairing back on. As you can see, I got the front fairing back on. It is a pain in the butt, just so y'all are aware. You gotta take this off because there's 2 screws right here and 2 screws right here. Y'all can't exactly see them. Let me see if I can't get some light on it. There you go, there's 2. And the other 2 are over there. I'm gonna leave this project for now because one thing y'all don't know about me is I love to barbecue. And even though I know it's raining, that's the whole point of this, you know, it is what it is. But you can see, we made some dang good progress. These bars are on there, baby. They still need to be adjusted, clearly, but they're there. So we're gonna pick this back up in the morning. All right, see you tomorrow morning. All right, it's start to day 2 on this beautiful Indian Chieftain handlebar install. Now, we're getting pretty dang close to being done. Now, I want to be very, very clear here that it doesn't take 2 days to install these handlebars. Matter of fact, it only takes a few hours to install these handlebars. The only reason why it's taking me longer is because I had prior commitments yesterday and I had to stop at a certain time. Only reason why it took as long as it did. So, without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. Real quick, before we do though, kind of go over real quick what we had to do to get to this point. Seat had to come off for this trim piece to come off because that leather strap was on this, which is underneath the seat, and that gave us more clearance to work up in this area. Now, once we got to this area and got that taken care of, we were able to start working on getting our handlebars stripped down and everything else. Started with the clutch, came over to the control panel, took the control panel off. As you can see, there was no cutting or splicing. All we did is remove a couple wires from the control panel. The grip slid right off. That popped out. You can see there's a hole right there because there's a detent. Once that was done and we got to where it was looking like this, we moved over to this side, did the same thing. This we had to pull out because there's another plug, so we had to be able to pull that out so we could unplug this. This is a tube, this is your throttle by wire, and then we were able to pull all that out. When I say we were able to pull all that out, on the KSD Customs video, they show that you can take your headlight out and you can get to that plug, which on this bike the plug is up here. Okay, the only way for me to get to that plug is this front fairing had to come off. Not a big deal. There is a total of 10 bolts that hold that front fairing on. You got 3 along the inside right there, 3 along the inside right here, and then 4 up top up there. Okay, not a big deal, guys. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I have never swapped out a set of handlebars a day of my life. This is the first set that I've done. I came into this with only the KSD Customs video, and it wasn't on this particular bike, which is all right. Just know, if you have this model bike, which is 2019 or newer, Indian Chieftain, if you have this model and then your fairing looks like this, your fairing is gonna have to come off. Now, if you have the older style where it's kind of, you know, V'd off like that, I don't know about the whole wiring situation. The plug is accessible without having to take the fairing off, so keep that in mind. So, all right, got that wrapped up. Let's go get on into this. If you try to tighten them too tight, this grip is keyed, so when you're putting this on, this switch, not the cover but the actual switch itself, it's keyed in the switch, so the switch goes over the cover there, and how you line it up. So also, I almost put it on upside down. You almost read Indian upside down. I am going to stay with the stock grips. I actually don't mind them. I like them. So for right now, we're gonna go ahead and stay with them. Guys, there's a little bit of customization I wanna do. How to take these chrome bezels off without breaking them. Man, it looks like you might be able to put a screwdriver down there and pop them out. I'm not 100% sure. I don't wanna do that and then break it. That'd be great because I wanna get that chrome and painted, and then take these levers off and go have them powder coated. Guys, we're trying to de-chrome this bike as much as possible. I think I'm gonna leave the logo. I do like that. That's not chrome, that's like a stainless or something. So I do like that. That doesn't bother me. Onto that side. Like I said, it wasn't terrible. Take the seat off. You take that trim piece off right there. Take that trim piece off, and then you take, you strip the bars down of the grips, the clutch, the brake, everything like that. It's real simple. Like I said, the only thing I'm gonna say different from KST Customs video is that I did have to take my front fairing off to get to the plug for the wiring for the bars, and the wiring was not as long as they stated, which isn't their fault. That's Indian's fault. It's not really anybody's fault. They changed up the wiring clearly. So just note, you can do everything with the 6-inch bars. You don't need to redo anything, but if you have this model Chieftain, you are going to have to do extenders on the wiring, more than likely, if you go to the 8s. Maybe not the 8s. You might be good on the 8s. Don't quote me on that, but you're definitely gonna have to do it on the 10s. And at that point, I mean, just keep that in mind. I am gonna go ahead and end this video here. If y'all like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, and then hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.